a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are in our faith. Now I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are in our faith. Now I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. Now I believe. Oh, there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith.
Welcome to RenéMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm RenéMarie, of course. Everybody, I've been saying that for 10 years, but it's true. We're so blessed to have this show today. The way that the world turns and the connections and the it's a small world, and I love that song from Disney. It's a small world after all. When I float through that at Disney World, I feel like it's magic that they have all the different nationalities and personalities and people there, and it's what we should be. It's what we should be, and it's just beautiful. And so it is a small world. So I'm so blessed to sit here today. Thank you to John for yesterday at the Elmo Park Senior Celebration. What an extraordinary event it was, just bringing seniors together, and Elmo Park just does such a wonderful job in celebrating seniors and celebrating each individual faith and each individual person and each individual. They are just very magical. And I always share this with people, but if you don't know, as a young child, I spent many years in Elmwood Park growing up. We lived in Hawthorne, but my dad owned two delis in Elmwood Park, Boulevard Sweet Shop, which was right on the boulevard, and Riverview Liquor and Deli, which was across from Subbase, right on the Passaic River. And it was just a magical time in my life. And yesterday my foundation donated some food bags to Lorraine, who is a councilwoman who was collecting food. I saw they were doing it last Saturday. They had this beautiful walk with everybody to bring the food to the location. And I said, oh my God, I gotta bring food, because my father always loved to make sure everybody ate. That was his passion in life, to make sure everybody had food on their tables. And I went there. When I was shopping, I saw this Nescafe instant coffee, which was my father's favorite. He would come home from work and put two spoonfuls of Nescafe in a glass. This was before they had the Krups pod coffees. But it's just a magical day. So thank you so much, John. Thank you, Diane, for introducing me to John 4 years ago, because it's been a wonderful journey ever since. So I can't thank you enough. But I'm going to get to today's show. Where is Ralph? Must have not. It's 6 o'clock in the morning where Ralph is. So I totally understand. He probably was unable to get up or something happened. So he'll hop in when he gets a moment. I'm not too worried about it. But Ralph is our co-host guest who is streaming our shows around the world. I think they have I forget how many shows. I'm drawing a blank at how many shows. But let me see. I have it here. It is It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going around the world on his radio program. So we can't wait to hear from Ralph as to what's going on with that. But we're going to introduce my two guests, a return guest, Steve, who is Mind Body Dynamics. That's his business. He is an extraordinary, I can't tell you the background that Steve has, and I'm going to let him share that with you yourself. But then I have two dear friends, as Steve is a dear friend too now. We've been on my show, and I've known him for many years. But two dear friends, Katanya and Barry, who, what's the name of your business?
Glorified Bodies Fitness.
Glorified Bodies Fitness. I should have remembered that, but I didn't. And Steve has his on his shirt. That's why I remembered his. But Katanya's dancing today, so they're doing this from their church. So they're very dedicated to this show and to me and to everybody and to spread health around the world. So thank you for joining us. But Barry teaches, they both used to teach at this community. I am a lifestyle director at the Radburn Association. Katanya used to teach Zumba. Barry still teaches aerobics and Tai Chi. So it's yes. And Steve actually on our show last time spoke about Tai Chi, I believe. Was it Tai Chi you spoke about last time?
Tai Chi and Qigong.
Qigong, yes. So it's very interesting today. So welcome everybody to the show. I'm blessed to have you, call you friends, dear friends. And Steve and I were talking before about another show, Thought Process, and it just keeps evolving and growing. But today's show is, I was praying and Steve was asking me, what do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? Because he's so, he's very focused on making sure he delivers whatever the program is. And I really couldn't think of it. And then I just said simply, it's to breathe, right? Breath is the most important. I think it was, someone said that, they asked, what is the most important thing in your life? And actually it's our breath, right? It's our breath to be able to breathe and to be alive and to live. But talk about, let me go back a little bit. That's what the show is about. But Steve, talk about a little bit about your background, and then I want Katanya and Barry. And I know you both have extraordinary, education and histories on you, and Katanya's even a book author which ties into our show. But Steve, tell us a little bit about your background and your passions. We were talking about passions before.
Sure, thanks. So and Barry and Katanya, nice meeting you via Zoom. And actually we'll talk later because we have a common person we know, Amanda, who works with you. Anyway, as it is, my company, Mind Body Dynamics, is a holistic health, fitness, wellness company. I have a extensive background over many, many years, 40 years or so, as a massage therapist, energy therapy, cupping therapy, personal fitness coaching training, yoga, Qigong, did teach Tai Chi, but more towards the Qigong, clinical hypnotherapy, nutrition, stress management, meditation, a number of other things. And actually, as it is, I'm working on a book, which working on a book, and we'll see how that comes out, but psyched about that. And I've been in very many walks of life, working from corporate to schools to health centers, you name it. And so that's something I've done. Love working with everyone. Now, actually, Renee, I saw you posted about ages 4 to age 106 I worked with. It's now actually ages 3 weeks old to 106. 2 years ago, I was in a supermarket, ran into a couple who were expecting. But for a little time, I was doing gentle massage on their newborn and kind of coaching them on that. So it's a little bit of everything that I've done. It's a real passion. And then on the other end, I think, as I mentioned here before, I recently got back to, I was teaching physical education years ago. I got back to that. So got back at teaching adaptive physical education at a school, CTC Academy, Kids with Challenges. And that's where I know Amanda from, who teaches the dance there. So that's what I'm up to. It's all about passion and wanting to make a difference in people's lives in whatever ways it can. Also, I put together when I was in Wayne teaching phys ed years ago, I was on a committee to fight kids' obesity, put together something called Wellness Week, a whole week event. And then later on, I made that into a trademark, ran International Health and Wellness Week 2 times. The last time, 2019, a worldwide event to help inspire, educate, and motivate people through the world to find the modalities in fitness and wellness that work best for them. I'll run that again once I'm done with the book. So that's me.
Wow. And it's such an extraordinary background. And Katanya and Barry have the same, history, different things, but so extraordinary. Katanya, tell us a little bit about what you're involved in and what your history is.
Well, I've been teaching since 1984, so I've been doing fitness and wellness for 40 years, and I fell in love with it back in 1984 when I joined Elaine Powers. I don't know if you remember. Wow. Elaine Powers, and I was there all day long. Once I joined, every day for a month straight, this went on. And then one particular day, a fitness instructor did not show up to teach a class. So I volunteered and said, I'll do it. And they said, go right ahead. And the rest is history.
Wow.
Since doing that. And I loved it so much because it made me feel really good when I exercised. It relieved stress. And then I saw the results as well from working out. Could see I'm stronger and the muscles and physique. I said, wow, this makes you feel good and look good. So that's how I fell in love with it. But I didn't get into the business part of it until many years later, because I saw there was a great need, especially now that people's healths are really declining more and more as time goes on, and it just breaks my heart. And I said, I've got to do something about this. Got to get the word out, and the more of us that are in health and fitness and wellness, the better, because we need a lot of people to help share the word that is easier than you think. It's just about education. It's just about empowering and letting people know, yeah, it's very simple. It's just lifestyle choices, and a lot of these diseases can be preventable. Diabetes, there's autoimmune, there's obesity, there's so many conditions that people have. And my goal is to help people to feel better, to have a better life by making these lifestyle changes and doing it in a fun way. So I started Glorified Bodies Fitness with Barry, and here we are. We're spreading the word and helping people to be healthy in a fun way, non-stressful, non-judgmental, and we love what we do.
You also do massages, because you started to provide massages.
Yes.
So do you, Steve? Do you give massages too? I think you give massages too, right?
Oh yeah, 40 years, yeah.
Yeah, and so but Katanya, yeah, I mean, I think it's just all in alignment with your purpose, and massages are such an important part of the health, because we usually think exercise is really powerful and to move, and you have to do it quickly, but actually massages are a way to relax and to really reset your body, right? Katanya, speak into that a little bit, then I'll have Steve speak into it, then we'll have Barry share his background.
Okay, how did I get into? Okay, I actually, when I was a teenager, my older brother was reading a book on massage, and I got interested in that. I started reading it as well, and we started working on each other, and I loved it so much that my brother started paying me to work on them. But he didn't like to give massages. He just liked to get them. So he just stopped doing it. And I was just doing it for fun, just always touching people and working their muscles, and didn't go to school at that time. But years later, fast forward, I met this woman who's been doing massages for over 20 years. And we became friends, and she had me work on her. And she said, "You're really good at this." And she says, "You should go to school for this." I said, "Okay," just like that. And now it's 30 years since I've been licensed and nationally certified, board certified. And I just keep that license because I didn't want to, in the certification, so I didn't want to lose it. So just to have it, but primarily I'm doing fitness, but I help my family and friends, and it is crucial. I hope I don't get emotional here, but I did have chronic fatigue syndrome back in 2002. And if I did not get these massages, I just would have, I just don't think I'd be standing here right now sharing this with you and feeling vibrant, because it really saved my life. It really helped me to heal and recover. And it just helped your muscles, your stress, and boost your immune. And I just think that everyone should be able to get a massage in some way, form, or fashion, because it does help promote healing. And it does just bring you back from whatever, life struggles. It just really makes a difference. Helps you to recover from injuries, recover from traumas and sports. It helps you to just recover faster. You work out a lot, or you have a lot of stress in your life. That's really important to just take time out for you. You'll do better. You'll better at serving others by just taking some time out for you, because you're running and gunning.
Yeah.
That could lead to, right, health issues. So
yeah.
You want to be.
So do you think, and Steve, you tap into this, and Barry, you as well, but I'm unsure if you ever studied Reiki, but actually your hands are healing hands. Because, and I only know this about Katanya, I don't know this about Steve, because I've never had you give me a massage before. But when you kind of listen to my body as to what is needed, and when we spoke about the other day when I was at your house, it's each time it's different, right? Because, and with me, it's unique because I had a stroke. So this side of my body actually has atrophy. Is that what it's called? Atrophied. So I need a lot of work on this side of my body, but sometimes I need more than others. And now I need it on this side because I only use this side. So it's really very important for stroke survivors. And, I can only speak from experience to have a massage, to be able to find someone that they trust and that can listen to their body as well. Katanya, did you study Reiki, or you just naturally Reiki?
I think we did have it in our course in school, but that was the extent of me studying that area. But we touched base on a lot of different, lymphatic drainage, pregnancy massage, deep tissue, Swedish, the whole 9 yards. We touched on that. But my favorite is neuromuscular, little medical, sports massage.
Yeah. Wow.
And with whatever, each person needs. Yeah. And I refer, I see someone is more qualified. Hey, go to this person.
Yeah, because it's not about you, it's about the person that you're trying to heal.
Exactly.
About the people. Mm-hmm. Steve, tap into that a little bit.
Okay, sure. So it's interesting, Katanya. So similar background, how we got started. So I'm 64. When I was 16, when I was 12, I went to sleep break camp, counselor taught yoga. I got into yoga at age 12. 16, my older brother got me into working out, and my older sister had me trading shoulder massage with her, which proceeded to go then to working on friends and girlfriends. And my mom, who was always about making a difference in people's lives, helped inspire me about finding ways to make a difference in people's lives. So eventually I went through all this different training, everything. And as it was, so massage has been part for me. When my mom was dying of pancreatic cancer, she wasn't a believer of hypnotherapy, something I do. which I would have done with her, but we did massage and Reiki. So in terms of the healing for Tanya, I could not have said it better myself. You look at all those benefits to massage. George Burns and Bob Hope both made it to 100. They both lay claim to the fact that they had massage every day, and that's what they gave credit to helping them make it to 100. Martha Graham, one of our icons of dance, made it, I think, to 96, and I think she said the same thing. She was always getting massage. And I've been getting massage for 43, 44 years of my life. I know it's one of those things besides exercise, meditation, eating, and everything else. You look at the benefits of massage, yeah, we can go on in terms of lower blood pressure, heart rate, prevention of disease, illness, extension of life. I've researched, I cannot find something that says how much time that massage adds to your life, but we know it's just common sense. All the things it does for a person, the sense of touch. And we could also put in energy therapy there. I mean, I'm a Reiki master. So whether it's a Reiki, therapeutic touch, other forms of energy therapy, cupping, all these, they're so key. And Tanya, you were touching base about it, the fact that person's got to find what works best for them. So I do a variety, it's like 12, 13 styles of massage, and I'll give a person what they want. It may be a hybrid. I love doing table massage, whether it's a sports or cranial therapy, sacral therapy, lymphatic drainage, other things. Then also I do, among other things, I also provide people with Thai massage, which some call Thai yoga massage, on a mat. And you're in yoga poses and you're massaged. So we look at the benefits of massage, once again, lowering blood pressure, heart rate, so many other things, and it's just one end of the whole fitness spectrum. You need to move, you need to exercise some way, shape, or form, whatever you do, but then massage ties into all that.
So I'm going to let Barry tell his story, but then I want to talk about how that ties into breath and how that, like the basis is that when you meditate, you got to focus on your breath. But when you get a massage or you're doing Tai Chi, or let's talk about the importance of the breath. But Barry, I want to give you the opportunity to share your background because you have an extraordinary background as well. And you're an extraordinary person. You all are, but Barry and I spend more time together because he comes to my community 3 times a week during the majority of the year. And and I'll be honest with you, when things are stressful, I go up to Barry and he prays over me. And that is such an important thing to have Barry there. He's like a guardian angel. He knows the building, praying for me. So go ahead, Barry.
Thank you. You are too kind. Steve, good to meet you as well. I'm a Vietnam era Marine. My job was to fix people so they didn't interfere with the U.S. government's plans. That's one purpose. 55 years ago this month, I started in martial arts. I was 15 years old at Passaic County Tech when it was in Patterson, and I got beat up twice. So I went to the American Bodequai in Clifton, New Jersey, 46 Colfax Avenue in Clifton, New Jersey, and met Mr. Ken Freeman and got indoctrinated in judo. From judo, I went to karate, kung fu, and a bunch of other things, and ended up in jiu-jitsu. So I have a 3rd-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu and a 1st degree in EI, which is samurai sword. Certified Tai Chi instructor, NJIT graduate, engineer, that kind of thing. And when I got with Katanya, she came to one of my sessions where I was personal training a gentleman using martial arts. She said, "Oh, you're so good at this. You should do fitness." I'm like, I'm good. No. So we got together. She got me to get certified. My first license was Zumba. And then from there, everything else, Aqua, Tai Chi, everything else. So therein lies the reason why I'm in aerobics and fitness, is truly because of my wife. She she saw the potential in me and then reached in, and whether I wanted to participate or not, oh, honey, do this. Oh, honey, you'll be good at this. And every place that she had worked, she got me in front of people. They said, oh, don't worry. No resume. I said, here's my, no, Katanya told us, you're fine. Boom. And I was hired.
Oh,
so,
God.
yeah. So in that, so I'll come back to breath. And she stepped away for a moment. So in that breath aspect, and Steve will touch on this, I'm sure, quieting the mind, getting to get into, take a mental vacation within yourself to recharge your battery. In Tai Chi, I suggest a person, if they want to get in one level of meditation, Tai Chi is a moving meditation, to go in and focus on their breath, listening to their breath. And as the movement flows, just see the breath like a wave go in and out. Time it to where you're comfortable. Don't rush it. We rush everything. We're on the East Coast. Everything has to happen yesterday. And in this, we allow ourselves to really calm down, slow down, and use those various muscle groups so they don't atrophy and get that circulation going. And yes, massage is a crucial part of that. And we have self-massage as well as other massage. And Katanya can touch on that when she comes back. She's dancing today, so she just moved away for a moment. But in that, back to the breath and the breathing and slowing down everything. I know I just sped up all of that in order to give you this amount of information. But that's one level of focus that I suggest to people. Another level of meditation or focus would be to listen to your heartbeat as you move. If we get into a pool of water and we get under the water, we can hear boom, 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 which reminds us we're alive. And if you think of the child within the mother's body, it's listening to the mother's heartbeat as it calms down. So we learn how to not breathe from the abdomen anymore. We learn as adults to breathe from the chest, and we lose that diaphragmatic breathing. And I'm sure Steve will touch on this because that's not my realm of expertise. I'm just sharing from my perspective. But that diaphragmatic breathing helps to slow things down and helps a baby, an infant. If you stick your finger in an infant's hand, it won't let go and you can't get it out. It's a vice grip because of that diaphragmatic breathing. So in that, I'll turn it back over to Steve and to Katanya. I've been in martial arts, a fitness instructor, lots of clients, lots of places. Lots of courses.
How many years in martial arts?
Oh, I told them already.
Oh, okay.
50 this month, 55 years this month.
Wow. What I'm thinking is before Steve taps into the breathing and then Katanya can take over, I'm thinking I'd love to do like a live health fair, but not like a health fair like Diane Bromberg. She's on my board. She would be involved with that because she does, she does a health fair, but I want to bring in live massage and live what's it called Tai Chi, and I want it to be a very healing event, so let's talk about that so that we could bring some healing, and I'd love to invite a lot of stroke survivors to it, to reach out to the stroke support groups and stuff like that so that they could have a place to to learn about it more and to have you guys guide them a little bit. That's I gotta say it while I'm thinking about it because I'll forget eventually. So
I mentioned I do focus a lot in my classes on promoting healing. I do a class called Restorative Stretch and Movement every Saturday on Zoom, and we started that during the pandemic, and it's been so popular and it's been helping so many people recover from so many things. It's still ongoing. So every Saturday is welcome, open to anyone.
So where can we find it, Katanya?
It's on the on our website. It's glorified-bodies-fitness.com.
Right. And everybody has to understand that if you have their old website, it actually that something went wrong with it, not on their end, but something went wrong with it. So they had to, and you know that once something goes wrong with your website, people steal it from you so that they could charge you a ton of money. So they were unable, and I don't think we even found where it is right now. But they had to create a new one. So if they ever find their old website, they'll tap it back in. But this is a new website that we need to start getting out to everybody, and we'll post it on our Facebook, and we'll make sure that everybody knows, you know, that it's a new website. And when I put out the rewind, maybe we could put a little blurb in it about that with the link, because I know we just got the link like yesterday or something like that after I did the post for it. But I'll send it on the rewind, which is not going out till like Tuesday or Wednesday because I'm crazy busy, but I promise to do it. Steve, tap into breath a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. So I think one of the most profound things I can say is this. If you go through research on the lifespan of animals, all living creatures, including us, usually the slower the heart rate, the longer the lifespan. If anyone's ever seen Finding Nemo, what turtles last like 200 years or more, how slow are they? How slow is the respiration rate? Unfortunately, you get cats, dogs, they're breathing so fast. How long do they last? So we look at the whole mechanical process, ties into the whole emotional process. The slower we breathe, the fuller and deeper. And once again, as you were saying, from the diaphragm, it is so key. It is so key. One thing I do for clients
So, Steve, before you move on, I want to explain, and I want Barry and Katanya yourself to breathe, because when you say from the diaphragm, you're talking about a deep breath, right?
Yes.
So can we have everybody try it right now? Like give them instructions of, because we're usually like, you know, we're all in a hurry that we don't have time to take a deep breath. And sometimes, like, you know, when people say take a deep breath, it's like, oh, I got to take a deep breath, but we don't focus. We got to focus on taking a deep breath. So, Steve, give us a little seminar on.
Well, so one thing we can do, you could be sitting or standing. There's many techniques I'll teach people on breathing, but let's say one hand is gently on your belly, one hand is on your chest. And when you're breathing, if you can, now there's different techniques for breathing. I'm more of a fan in most cases breathing through the nose, but breathing nice and gentle. Want you to feel, you can close your eyes to focus even more. And get the sense of things. Focus on your belly, pushing your hand with each inhale going out, exhale coming in. And if you can focus on a lack of movement from the chest, we want to go through complete. In and out. And you're not rushing it, you're just taking your time. If you'd like, you can visualize this also as your belly is going in and belly is going out like waves on an ocean. And becoming more relaxed with every breath that you take. And continuing with this. And I figure we can keep with it. I'll talk a little further. But when we're doing that, what happens? Everything slows down, right? We're able to concentrate more. We're more in the moment, which is so key. Of course, the name of my business is Mind-Body Dynamics. We look at this connection. The more we can focus on the breathing with anything, like I've talked to people about when I've taught stress management. If you lose it, if you have something that's going on, Friday I was rear-ended as it was. So I'm looking outside at the window, my dent at the back of my RAV4, so I have to get fixed. Thankfully, I was nice, calm, cool, collected. And I kept the person who hit me calm, cool, collected. But the more we can keep calm, once we lose it, it's so challenging to get back that emotional equilibrium. Right. Very key to keep in the moment. And it's just daily practice, much as we can. We do what we can. We acknowledge we're doing the best we can.
Yeah. And you know what? And the truth is, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a scheduled event. Like, when at work, you can just, when you go to the bathroom, or you got to go outside and you're going somewhere in the car, like take those moments, take just 2 or 3 moments or just 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Or before you begin, like at least little baby steps at a time will help you a little bit to heal it. I know we're all so crazy busy that we don't have time. Even me, like that's what I do when I go to the bathroom. You have to go to the bathroom, so I kind of try to, take that time to breathe a little bit, or if I'm going in the car, I don't rush. I set myself, so go ahead, Katanya.
If I may add to that, taking that time out for you to breathe and stretch, relax. And I always say, because I'm a believer in Christ, that same thing, take 5 minutes out or whatever, even if it's a minute, to spend time with your creator, just to sit with them and allow God to speak to you. And I love reading the word of God because it brings encouragement. It gives you strength. So it's not just the outer person, the spirit person, because we're body, mind, and spirit, gets strengthened through the word of God and spending time with the creator. I believe that also helps promote healing in the body. So it's the whole person, body, mind, and spirit, that gets healed and gets strengthened. So even 5 minutes makes all the difference.
Yeah. And what's the Steve, before you, I know you want to say something, but what's the ideal time? Like, I know 5 minutes because you're trying to fit it in, but if somebody was to, dedicate themselves to starting a new routine every day, which is really important and good to start your days different, not to do everything the same way, because when you do the same thing every day, the outcome's gonna be that. If you're having success, then yes, you continue to, but it's always good to change things around. What's the ideal time lot, Katanya, Barry, Steve? What do you suggest that the ideal time lot to do meditation, to do breathing, to do every day would be?
Start 5 minutes. Start a minute. So a person, and I think Barry and Katanya, you would also agree when it comes to exercise, start somewhere. Mm-hmm. Build on something basic, because we need to get that routine going. Mm-hmm. And you just keep with it. And then you can extend it. So like I was meditating before for 20 minutes. I start that in the morning, first thing. My morning starts off really early, and I'll get to some visualization, my meditation, could be a number of things. I have a number of various prayers I might do within there, different origins, get to my Qigong, my yoga, maybe the Pilates, I hit the gym. But the thing is, take some time and acknowledge you're doing the best you can. So many people feel they have to have the whole enchilada, and if they don't, forget it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite words from yoga is santosha, complete and total contentment, which in 2 ways. One, maybe you're doing something special with someone and there's nothing better. So maybe I'm watching an action movie with my 21-year-old son, Dylan, or making some dinner. Last night, one of my best friends, friends of 30 years, I found out that he's a fellow Humphrey Bogart fan. We cooked dinner and we watched a Humphrey Bogart movie. But you find something, that's santosha in one way. The other way, maybe you're striving to get from A to Z, accomplish something. Maybe you're getting from A to D. You're not getting all the way. Or maybe from A to X. Acknowledge yourself.
Right.
Pat yourself on the back, which I really strive to have everyone do, including myself. Acknowledge you're doing the best you can. Be kind to yourself, because we are so critical of ourselves. We could exercise, we could eat right, we could get meditation, we could get massage, everything. But are we letting go of things? Are we holding on to things? It all ties in, this whole holistic perspective. It's everything. Once again,
Yes.
acknowledge yourself. Give yourself love. Give yourself credit. It's okay.
Yeah. You have to love yourself before you can love anyone else, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. And Steve, I love Facebook. I follow you, that you go to different live areas, you go to different waterfalls, and you go to different parks, and that's where you start your days when you can, but it's so enlightening, to see that life in the background, to see you, you get, and sometimes you talk really soft because it's the morning, whatever, keep everybody calm. So it's so inspiring what you do for everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll do what we can. I learned from my late mom about you do what you can to lift others, then you lift yourself.
Yeah, yeah. So Katanya, that's what that was on my list to get to next. The eating, the health.
Well, yeah. I did a book. This was during the pandemic, and it's called Joyful Cooking, Healthy Cat Delicious Meals Made Easy. And the reason why I did the book is because during the pandemic, a lot of people just weren't making it, and it was really sad, and it really hurt my heart. And I said, I have something to share with people. It's not difficult to eat right or make the time. And so I did the book because it's quick, easy meals, healthy and delicious, hence the name. And I made it so simple. I have a table of contents where there's soup, salads, pasta section, grain section, legumes, and snacks and desserts, and a drink beverage section. So you can just easily go, okay, what do I want today? Go to that section, go to the page, boom, it's right there. And it's about 4 or 5 recipes in each category. It cannot get any simpler than that.
So I love the zucchini bread that you made, the zucchini loaf that you made. Talk to us about that, because that you said was very simple, and I love zucchini bread, but yours was phenomenal when I ate it.
The amazing banana zucchini apple. Oh yes, I'm due to make that too. Yeah, that was so simple. It took me maybe less than 10 minutes to make that, and you get like 20 muffins, yummy muffins. Let me turn to that page so I can.
It's really good, and that's a whole different, right, Barry? That's a whole different way to heal yourself, is through food, right?
Sure,
and it's healthy. It's no guilt. It's actually like a meal, even though it's dessert, but it's a meal. And it's so good for your body. It helps your system, helps you eliminate well. So it's really important. And a lot of people don't realize what the body needs to be healthy. It's really simple: fat, protein, and fiber. You need the fiber to clean you out and give you that full feeling. You need the good fat to help lubricate the joints and help all the systems work better, smoothly, reproductive. And you need the protein for repair. And you just add a little bit. If you're not used to legumes, I did not like beans at all. And then I learned they were good for me. I said, okay, I got to make a way to just taste good and it's not overbearing. So you don't need a lot of beans. You can mix it in with your pasta dishes, or you can make, I got a second cookbook coming out too. You can make empanadas, baked empanadas, put some lentil in there and some vegetables. I cannot wait to get another one out. But anyhow, this one is the way to go. I have my grocery list in there, my entire grocery list, because people always ask me what you eat. And I said, okay, how can I do this? How can I show them? And it's always evolving. So you may not always have that same grocery list. You may take out some things. Oh, this is even better for me. And your body changes. So you always eat the same thing all the time, or maybe a food that you couldn't eat before. Now you can reintroduce, now you can eat it again. So you just have to work with your body and what it needs. Every person's so unique and different and special and valuable and loved. So you just got to find out what works for you, what type of exercises work for you. So back to the cookbook. So I have the grocery list in there. I put a sample of what I ate in 30 days. And it was amazing doing that because I actually lost some weight. So I felt really great. I needed to follow the cookbook in that area. And I have health tidbits. So I share sometimes with the different recipes what this food does for you. The avocado is great for your eyes, good fiber, the best fat. So for those of you who don't like avocados, you could sneak it into your smoothies. You can make avocado chocolate frosting. My oldest son, he doesn't know this yet, but if he's listening, he's going to know now. I put avocado in his smoothies all this time. He was just downing them. He said he didn't like avocados, but they've been going into the smoothies.
That's good. That's good.
You can put it into your sandwiches. You can salad. So now I cannot eat a salad without the avocado in there now. So just so many things, health tidbits, encouraging words. So the book is little, but it's packed with a lot of good stuff, a lot of goodies.
Yeah.
So, and that's on the website as well.
Barry, I'm going to let Steve talk about his book, and I know that you're into food as well, Steve, because I've seen you on Facebook sharing with everybody what it is you're eating, your balanced meal. But Barry, what's some of your favorite foods that Catania makes?
Well, she does the garlic bread, and she does the avocado on that. She'll make waffles from scratch with spelt or some other flour that isn't wheat per se, because there are so many, we have reactions to wheat because we've been inundated with it, and then they changed it over the course of years in order for production. And then certain companies like Monsanto use certain things like Roundup that's in there. And so we get reactions from that. So she tries to vary things, but everything she cooks, everything she makes is good. We have a garden. It's 10 feet wide, 25 feet long, 8 feet high. And I have it enclosed on the sides and the top with deer mesh. Keep the squirrels out, keep the deer out, and the bunnies I have going into the ground. So we pick our own vegetables at times. Right now, tomatoes are big. It's the season, so it's the end of the season. So everything that Catania makes is good.
And the truth is, I felt that was a sign to me, a wink from God, that I was in the right place for my massages, because as close as we've been for 5 years, Barry, I've never been to your home. And the garden in the back was a little wink from God, because like I shared with both of you, my grandparents, Nana and Grandpa, had a huge garden in the back of the house. Their garden was on 2 house lots. So their house was here. Then they had a lot back there was a garden, and a lot over here that they put houses on recently. So that's how big their garden was, with tomatoes, peppers, fig trees, everything. They had everything. And I remember one time that I touched a hot pepper and I put it in my eyes, and yeah. And then another story is, when they raking leaves one time, I dove into maybe that's what happened to me. I dove into the leaves thinking it was going to be soft, and it was not. It was on the ground, So I was wild. I was just alive. It was like I wanted to live. I was like, let me die. But anyway, but it was a blessing. When I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, that brings back really fond memories. And I want to share another story. I remember being in the yard with my grandmother, Nana, who was an angel. She was an angel, and she put her hands out and birds would fly and just land on her hand, wild birds. So she had such an aura about her of gentleness and just, I would just remember her just putting her hand up and birds would land on her hand. So that's really a credibility to her, who she was. Steve, talk to us about your cookbook, your book, and I know we only have a couple more minutes, and I know, Catania, you need to fly. So if you guys need to go?
Just me, but
okay, yeah. So good, Tanya, because I don't want to. I know you want to be, honorable, but go if you need to go, and we'll talk later on. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let us know how you do today.
Okay,
Are you going to video it at all?
it's going to be available to see, and it's
Okay.
live. It's
Okay,
live.
good, good. Well, I can't watch it live
Everybody-
because I'm going to be on the show, but I want to see it later on.
Okay, you will. Yeah,
Bye, bye, bye.
Okay, so Barry and Catania, I look forward to. We'll have to definitely meet up.
Yeah, you guys can
Definitely.
all come over to my house if you'd like.
We could all bring potluck. We prepare
Yes,
food.
yes, it's set. It's set.
We'll just have to figure out what yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So I'll mention real quickly one Leaf story. When I taught physical education in Wayne many, many moons ago, and we're outside once in a while, the kids would give me a look sometimes because I might say, if it was a beautiful day, kids, look up at the sky. Look how beautiful, look at the clouds, this, that. I wanted them to take it in.
Yeah.
And what I would do once in a while, say they got to what we're supposed to do for our class, whether we're doing some football outside or something else. Once in a while, if there was a big pile of leaves, I'd say, hey, kids, you want to jump in the leaves? So they loved it. And I think they enjoyed the fact that I jumped in 1 or 2 times too.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as my book going, it's called, right now, we'll see if I change it, Secrets of a Mind-Body Dynamic. It's 3 parts. The first part is more autobiographical, how I got to be me, how I got into all the things. I got into the health, wellness, many other things, family, friend influences. A lot of course, as Renee, I always do those inspirational quotes, a lot of inspirational quotes. Part 2 is Mr. P.E. in me. So it's a little autobiographical and biographical. I worked outside of school with some of my students at times, and over the years, a few of them. And this book will be about a young boy who, let's say he feels disenchanted, does not feel like he belongs, connected to anybody except his physical education teacher, who kind of takes him under his wing. And over the years, one of my favorite books is Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. And I highly recommend that book. And it's inspired by that a bit, among other things. So that's part 2. And more on that part now. I got a little into part 3, which will be one section on fitness, on exercise. 1, Qigong, yoga, massage, acupressure, different things. And in the nutrition section, I'm putting together a lot of healthy recipes. And that's where you've seen a lot of the recipes posted, Renee. At the school I'm at, as I've told them, they're my guinea pigs. So they look forward to what am I going to make? So that's what the book's about, wanting to really impact people in that way. And once again, the fact that Catania has that book, which I'll have to look it up and get a copy of it. There's so many ways to do it. We know, make things healthy, make things nutritious that are delicious, because sometimes so many people think you can't have both together, and we know you can.
Right.
It can be fun.
We'll have to do a live cooking show, right? Where you're zooming from your kitchen, Barry and Catania are zooming from their kitchen, I'm zooming from my kitchen, and we can all cook.
I'd love it. And here's the thought, by the way, as you were mentioning about having a live, could we do something fundraiser for stroke survivors, others, potentially fundraisers? I'm thinking, say we had, because I've done these things before, Barry, Catania, I wouldn't be surprised if both of you did. I know Catania went, but potentially something where we have people could take exercise, martial arts, any other kind of thing, a Qigong, which I do, get massages, set up the massage chair, and they come, and it's just a donation, just a thought off the top of my head.
Yeah, for my foundation, because my foundation's mission statement is three things: stroke and aphasia awareness, which we're doing, the annual telethon, which is happening in November, and to help those that their insurance has run out. And that's really an important part of it. That's a give back to my father, who took away every single bill that I had when I had my stroke. He just wanted me to be happy, healthy, safe. He didn't want me worrying about anything else but making sure that I was healthy and safe. And I literally remember him saying, just give it to me, just give it to me, just give it to me. So now that's why, you know, it's important for me to give back in that way. So I would love to, we could actually set up, you know, a grant for somebody, you know, and have it specifically for them, or, you know, whatever. I actually am working with Michael from another organization. He gave me all the applications for donations to apply for a donation. So I would love to do that, and then do our fundraiser as a kickoff to that, and then people can apply for that. So that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. No, that's no, that sounds great. And I think I was part of your telethon a number. Didn't I do the telethon a few years ago?
Yeah. You know, this year's telethon has taken so many whirlwind turns. It was supposed to be this huge event in Long Island. It's because it's our 10-year anniversary. But like you said, you just got to have faith and just kind of go with the flow. And I haven't even told my board yet. I haven't even told Ginny or anybody else. But that because of Jim's condition, he's unable to do the back end, the technical engineering end, and I need somebody to put the videos up, like it's huge. I mean, Ginny and I and Judy and everybody, it took us months to set everything up, and it's not going to happen this year. So I have to be wise and just think about how to, okay, that happened, how am I going to do it? But this year is about really reminiscing. And really, you know, giving gratitude to everybody that has been in our lives. Steve, you're more than welcome to join us if you're available on November 4th. I think it's the 4th or the 5th. It's the first Sunday in November. I really just want to give gratitude to everybody, talk about the vision moving forward. One of the visions moving forward is starting the applications for donations, because I think it took 10 years to set up for people to not only see what was in my mind about my foundation, to that I actually have a platform now. I have been doing my 2 top mission statements. We've been doing the third one slightly, giving 250, 500 here and there. But that's where I want to focus on now, is the next phase of it. So I would love to work with both of you on it. It really would mean the world to me. I'm not one to ask for help, but I need help now. I'm so big and not big, but got so much on my plate, and I really want to make a difference to those stroke survivors that their insurance has run out. It really would mean the world to me, for you guys, for your help. So I just been reaching out to everybody saying, I need help. And I do. So, especially when, when Jim got, when he's unable to help me. So, so I got to figure it out. I'll figure it out. It just happened yesterday. I think he texted me. He was at the doctor's. He has to have another surgery. Jim, we're thinking about you. Honestly, we're thinking about you. We have to fly out, though. It's 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, Barry. Probably wants to go see Catania dance. Go, 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 go. You don't have to hang out. We're going to say goodbye. Just click out, Barry. We'll see you later, okay?
Before I go, here's our QR code.
Yeah. Send it to me. Send it to me.
We'll do.
Send it to me so I could put it on the rewind.
We'll do.
Very nice to you. And Renee, if you could connect both of them to myself, so we could be in contact.
I'll send a group text. Text. Okay.
Great.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you so much. Bye. We always blow kisses, though, on 3. Thank you so much for joining us today. Steve, I know you're going to agree with me on this. Sometimes we get into talking, we forget we're live on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
We forget that we're streaming live. It's just incredible. But so thank you, everybody, for joining us today. What an incredible show. Steve actually had another idea we're going to bring forth on another program. We're going to work on a fundraiser together. So we got a lot of work to do together. Thank you, Steve, for joining. You are a gift.
Thanks.
You are a gift.
Back at you.
I'm just honored to be connected with you and call you my friend. So thank you, everybody. On 3, we always blow our kisses. 1, 2, 3. Bye, everybody. See you later. See you in the next show. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yo no sé qué tú piensas, yo no sé lo que haré, yo no sé lo que estoy perdiendo, yo no sé lo que va a pasar. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti, no me puedes oír llorar. El día que caminaste por la puerta, todas las memorias fueron. Mi corazón está vacío, como si tuviera ayer. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír llorar. Usted está en mi sueño por la noche. Por favor, no peleemos. Es tan difícil para mí y para ti. Yo, ¿qué puedo hacer? No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír llorar. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír, no me puedes escuchar. No me puedes escuchar llorar, llorar. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír llorar. I'm always a giver, but I'm never known. And I'm just this lonely man, alone on the river with my heart in my hand. The conversation, they're all dead. The lines cut off inside my head. I left here like a broken man, with no idea of where I stand.